The big fights keep on rolling here on BT Sport, and this one has got some British interest. We've been screaming for this guy to get the big fights, and they're now starting to come thick and fast. That's mainly because he keeps putting in stellar performances. Of course, this week sees Calvin Kattar taking on Arnold the Almighty Allen. What a fight this is going to be. Now then, give me the breakdown first and foremost, because there's loads of different narratives that we can throw in there, especially in this division, because there's absolute stellar talent everywhere.
Yeah, listen, Arnold's a genuine contender in this division. You know, he's on this 11-fight win streak. He's phenomenal. So many submissions, an absolute submission machine. Find himself based out of the UK at the moment because he can't get back over to Canada. But make no mistake, this is a guy is like a ticking time bomb. He's kind of like the Leon Edwards of his own weight class because he needs the opportunity and he needs it to come thick and fast. It doesn't come any bigger than Calvin Kattar. This is what he's been waiting for. A guy built above him, top 5 in the rankings. Kattar himself is a finishing machine. Heavy hands, lots of experience. Been there, done it, wore the t-shirt. He's been main event on 3 or 4 occasions in the past. This is a guy that believes he deserves a title shot himself.
And, listen, he's done extremely well as Calvin Kattar because a lot of people wrote him off after that fantastic fight. Well, I say fantastic fight, fantastic performance by Max Holloway against him when he got to take on the champion. He fell short, or the former champion at that particular time. He fell short that night, and he fell short in a really bad, horrific way. He got a good beating that night, didn't he? He bounced back extremely well. Okay, last time out against Josh Emmett, fell short again. But Calvin Kattar's been at the very highest level of this division. This is a massive test for Arnold.
It is, as I say, you know, Kattar hasn't quite got to the summit yet, but he's as close as you can possibly get. This must be his 3rd or 4th consecutive main event where his name's been on the headline. Arnold Allen has never been the main event in the UFC yet. It also taken place over at the Apex as well, a new experience for Arnold behind closed doors. So there's a lot of factors to take into this. At the moment, you'd see the experience is definitely with Calvin Kattar, but Arnold Allen is a unstoppable machine, seemingly. Is going to get inspired by his own teammate that went on this incredible run at welterweight until he could not be denied anymore, and then he got his opportunity in Salt Lake City. Leon Edwards, head kick heard around the world, changes his life, becomes UFC champion. Arnold Allen needs to follow suit now. He needs to take some of that sauce over to Vegas with him, deliver against Calvin Kattar, and then start banging a drum for his own title opportunity.
It's not going to be easy because he's got some of the best boxing in the division as Calvin Kattar.
Yeah.
And Arnold Allen might just fancy himself as a boxer now that he started knocking people out like he did last time that he was in the octagon in London. Let's concentrate on Arnold because, again, we've been banging the drum for him. We've been singing his praises from the rooftop. He isn't necessarily forthcoming on the microphone. Maybe that's the thing that's holding him back right now. He's got an opportunity next weekend against Calvin to put his name amongst the mix because, let's be straight, this division's full of them.
Yeah.
We just mentioned Josh Emmett's name.
Yeah.
He's right up there, well in line for maybe a shot at UFC Gold. We know that Merab is one of those guys that is right in the line for something very special as well. So, you know, there's a lot of people at the top of this division that he's got to get past first before he gets the opportunity.
He's got to make a statement. You know, you get to your first UFC main event. It's taken him 11 consecutive wins to get here. He's got to make a statement. You know, he can't just muddle his way through it. And that's not Arnold's style. It's certainly not current day Arnold's style anyway. He's performing at his very best at the moment. He's peaking at the right time. I think, bizarrely, because of lockdown, as I say, he couldn't go to Montreal. He had to be based out of the UK. It meant he's joined Leon Edwards' camp over there, but he's still got the influence of Firas Zahabi as well. So he's kind of got the best of both worlds now, and he's finding his own way. He's got his own team and now kind of moulded around him to bring out the very best in Arnold Allen. I think the timing couldn't have been better. As you say, his teammate's got a new belt wrapped around his waist. When someone walks in the gym and they've got a brand new belt on, guess what? Everybody in the gym
wants a brand new belt.
Wants it, they always go, well, I do the same as him. I do the same workout as him. I eat the same as him. I do the same sessions as him. I would argue Arnold probably does even more sessions because he's that kind of lunatic. So listen, I just think he's going to be so confident this week in Las Vegas. He's going to really fancy it, and he knows that he's within touching distance of a title shot now.
Right, give it me. Come on. How does he do it? How does he do it? How does he beat Calvin Kattar and punch his ticket into that mix of those circling around Aljamain Sterling?
Listen, I think our producers were bang on at the beginning. I think the advantage here for Arnold Allen is on the ground. His submission game is absolutely superb. And I think he is also deceptive as well. He looks like a choir boy. but his dad's an ex-strongman, and those genes run through his veins, you know. He is so strong in there, Arnold. Anyone that grapples with him, spars with him, says the same thing. You don't realise how strong he is until you get inside the octagon. I think Calvin Kattar's going to get a little bit of a shock this weekend when he feels just how physically strong Arnold is, and Arnold's got to use that to his advantage. But listen, the last time, Dan Hooker performance, if that's not going to give him all the confidence in the world, I don't know what is. I think he goes there in great spirits, and I think he's going to do it, and he's going to do it in style.
Listen, as always in the UFC, it's a proper fight. Big test for one of our Brits abroad this weekend, taking on Calvin Kattar, and you can catch it all on BT Sport.